What's up, guys? Just got back from scouting. It's my last scout before opening day of bow season here in Oklahoma, so I am pretty pumped about that. We are 2 days away from the opener. It's October 1st, but I will not be able to actually hunt until Friday because I have work this week. Bummer, but that's what happens when you work a day job and you only hunt the weekends, which is pretty much what I do. Also, the land that I hunt is about 90 miles away from where I live, so that is another downside. But I have a lot of private land that I have access to that I can hunt, and there's lots and lots of good deer and hogs down there for me to hunt, so that is awesome. Scouting's gone pretty good this year. I've been going every other week or so since early August, I would say, and I've seen lots of doe. I've got about 2 different doe groups that live on the 80 acres that I primarily hunt. One lives kind of on the east side of the property, and one lives right smack dab in the middle of a property, and they seem to bed down kind of right on a ridge line that runs the center of my property. The hogs that we have primarily live on the very western edge of my property, but I have also seen them kind of move into the center of the property on occasion, depending on food, I suppose. I think we've got a couple acorn flats right in the center of the property that both the hogs and the deer hit. That's the main food source. There's no any kind of agricultural land that I know of anywhere close to the land that I hunt. So pretty much it's all just natural forage for the deer and the hogs. It's crazy though. Last year I had tons and tons of deer and I had 0 hogs. I mean, I knew there were hogs close, probably within a mile of the area that I hunt, but I didn't see any on that particular area. And then this year I go and I put my cameras out early August and I put corn out, you know, trying to get pictures of deer, kind of see what's going on, find the bucks I want to shoot, and go back and check my trail camera. I pull the card, 1,600 pictures, and I'm like, whoa, like, holy crap, there's so much stuff to look at. And I'm like, oh, there's got to be some good deer, Well, I had 1,600 pictures of hogs and not one single picture of deer. So I was pretty disappointed in that. So this year is going to be a little bit difficult than the last few years that I've hunted, because I've primarily hunted, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but over corn. Here in Oklahoma on private land, you can bait, and so that's what I did. I've only been hunting, this will be my 5th season to hunt, so I didn't hunt my whole life. My dad never taught me how to hunt or anything like that. I kind of just decided one year that I wanted to do it. My uncle was a little bit into it, and so I I bought a bow from a pawn shop, bought some cheap camo from Walmart, and a $100 ladder stand, and I took to the woods. And I'm not an expert hunter, but I think over the last 4 seasons I've shot 2 bucks and about 7 or 8 doe. So that's not crazy like a lot of people you see, but I'm pretty proud of it, considered I wasn't raised doing it and I never really had anyone teach me how to do it. So I've just kind of figured it out as I go. But anyways, back to scouting. The last 2 years in this particular area that I hunt, I was saying how I haven't seen very many bucks, or really any buck sign to speak of, current buck sign anyways. And that's kind of just how it goes on this property. I don't really have any early buck sign, but then usually about mid-October to late October, I just get these monsters that roll through to these different doe groups, and last year I think I had about probably 5 or 6 different big shooter bucks come in, and last year I had a big 10 point, typical 10 point. He came in at about 30 yards, and I drew back and I'm shaking, the whole tree stand's shaking, and I release the arrow, and man, it goes about 3 inches over this deer's back into a brush pile, and he just kind of looks up at me and turns away and just trots off slow like, yeah, you missed me, you know. And so that was kind of a bummer, but I learned something from it. You know, you got to calm down, practice more, definitely practice shooting your bow. This year I'm going to try to, last year I was shooting a Matthews solo cam, an old Matthews solo cam, and I bought a crossbow this year to try that out. I mean, I may still hunt with my regular compound too, switch them up every now and then. I've never shot a crossbow before, so I was interested to see what it was like, so I got one this year. Woke up this morning at 4 o'clock, drove down to my land, which is about an hour and 15-minute drive. Got up and I went to this little observation stand I have, and that I know doe kind of walk in and out of there. And so I was sitting there. I sat there for till about 8 o'clock. I didn't see anything move through. I got down and just kind of started walking through a little area next to this dried out creek bed, just looking for any kind of rubs or just sign that bucks were in the area, but I didn't see any. It rained earlier this week, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, so there were a few areas where I, like a couple pinch points where I saw a bunch of doe tracks, and just where they're moving through the woods. And see, this property is kind of different in the fact that I actually have there's about 6 horses that just roam. The 80 acres I hunt is in a 160 acre section, and these 6 horses have free reign of all 160 acres. So sometimes it's hard to differentiate between the horse paths and the deer paths, but I mean, the only way to really figure it out is to walk them, and obviously if the path is too small for a horse to go through, it's probably for a deer. And so that's kind of what I go off of. And I got there, got down, kind of went and looked for some sign, took about a 3/4 of a mile walk around the perimeter of the property just looking for sign. And I can't put out any corn, because any kind of corn or feeders that I put out, those hogs just, I mean, tear it up. And anywhere those hogs are, the deer won't touch it. They won't come anywhere close. And so I got a cube block, you know, like a compressed feed block from Walmart, and I went and I chopped it up at my house into about 5 or 6 different pieces. And I took some big old lag bolts, and I just stuck the lag bolt through the portion of the block and screwed it to the tree about 4.5 foot tall, where the hogs can't really reach it, but I'm hoping the deer will reach it. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Maybe it won't work. Primarily did this just so I can key in on pictures and stuff, and, you know, see what's really in the area, because right now all I've really got pictures of are a few doe, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint where the bucks are if I have no idea which direction they're coming from, and they're not really laying down any rubs. So either there's none in the area, or I'm just not keying in on it, and I'm gonna figure it out. So that's kind of the goal. Just made the trip back, just pulled back into my driveway. I'm hopeful. I'm gonna be down there Thursday night. We're gonna take my camper down, get all set up for the weekend, opening weekend of bow season. You know, I am freaking ready for hunting season to start. I think about this crap all year long. Like I said, I didn't start till I was about 21. I'm 26 now, and man, in these last 5 years, I have fallen in love with this stuff. Drives my wife nuts, but you know, what are you gonna do? I guess it's better than some other hobbies, I guess. I don't know. Either way, it's expensive and time consuming, and my wife doesn't really like either of those things. But it is what it is, and she enjoys eating it, so that's good. And she lets me do it, so that's awesome. But anyways, you know, if you like this stuff, I'm gonna make a video next weekend of the opening weekend. See if we can get on some deer. Hopefully shoot one. Man, I'll take out a doe opening day. I'm not worried about buck or a doe or anything like that. You know, if it's brown, it's down. I got to get some meat in the freezer. I'm ready. I'm super pumped. So If you like it, you like these videos, you want to watch some more, I appreciate it. You know, like this video, subscribe if you want to. I'll be making some more videos, and if you have anything that you want to ask me or anything like that, put it in the comments and I'll answer you back. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Bye.